Today, we are doing a full recap of Anchan Thai, and it was our first visit.
This is a restaurant in Longmont, Colorado.
And they were friends of mine, and I was excited when they told me they were going to open a restaurant because they said they were going to have vegan options. So I'm like, wait a minute, are you serious?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
And it was like, the right ones did it. So let's talk about the thing we had first.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, you guys. It was the Anchan Thai purple iced tea.
With lime. And because they were in a soft opening,
Yes.
it was just a sample that it's like everyone got.
Everyone got who was there that day.
It was very good. So it starts off blue,
Mm-hmm.
and then depending on how much lime you add, it changes how purple or almost pink it gets.
Right. This is the tea, and it's blue. Then my daughter put the lime in there, and it turned a light purple. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is so awesome. I can't wait to keep trying other stuff.
So I'm now trying the tea. I had it first without the lime, and I added about half of my little lime jug to it. And it's so good. It was a little sweet, which I don't mind, and adding the lime to it adds a nice citrus, bright flavor to it. It's very good.
And oh my goodness,
It's so good.
it was so good. Because you even without the lime, it was really good. And
was
then
good.
when you add it, you're like, oh.
It was a little sweet beforehand,
Mhm.
which, like we mentioned in the shorts, if you've seen them,
Right.
we liked that. But then
Yes.
you add the lime in it, and it's got the nice citrus balance to it now.
Yeah, it took it to a whole nother level.
It did.
And I was like, can I have a whole one of these?
I know.
I'm like, why tease us with just the sample? I really wanted all of it.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. So we were set from there. We were like, okay, it can't even get worse. It just got to keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, and that's one of the few beverages they have.
That's right. So then the second item that we had
Was an appetizer, and it was a cream cheese wonton vegan variant. Some of the items on the menu, it has a V for vegan, veg for vegetarian, and GL, I believe, for gluten-free.
Mhm.
And then there's just regular if you want meat and whatnot. So we got the vegan cream cheese wontons. All right, so these are the vegan wontons, the plum sauce, and this fancy decoration is carrots, beets, and lettuce, and they are edible. This is going to be so good.
and they were so good. And it was really full.
It was stuffed to
It
the
was stuffed to the
brim.
brim. And I was like, wow, if you did not know that it was vegan,
Mhm.
it's just a good wonton.
It was, because you've had wontons from
Yes.
a different restaurant that we used to go to a lot before we were vegan.
Right.
And they just have regular crab
Yeah, it was crab.
wontons.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried it every so often, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of fine, but that was years ago since I've had it.
Right.
So when we tried these, I was like, you really, like you said, you can't tell.
You cannot
that it's
tell.
vegan. It just tastes like a wonton.
And it was so good. But and like I said, it was filled a lot.
It was, you would bite into it, and it would start almost squirting
Oozing.
out. Yeah.
Just oozing. And I was like, oh my gosh.
And it was served with a plum sauce, which I don't think I've
Yes.
had.
I had neither.
But it was so good.
That was the right compliment.
It was a little sweet,
Mhm.
but it
But not overbearing.
Yeah, but it also offset the kind of savoriness of the wonton.
Yes. Yes.
It was good.
That was good. And then the decoration.
Yes, that was carrots, beet, and lettuce. And those were good. You know, you don't like beets.
I don't like beets, but that was good.
It was.
Mhm.
And it was just the right amount. They were thinly
Shredded.
shredded.
Mm-hmm.
And the carrots were decorated into a flower.
It was. Oh, it was so pretty.
It was.
I have to give it to him. The presentation was awesome.
Oh, it was.
I'm like, okay. So that was our appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
So then I ordered Basil Thai fried rice, which had green bell peppers, red bell peppers. It had onion, and then we also asked for some tofu.
Yes.
Listen, you know how they say we eat with our eyes? Yeah, that's what's happening here. This is Basil Thai fried rice, and it has a level 4 for heat. It has carrots, green bell peppers, red bell peppers. We have tofu in there, and we have a lime on the side. It also has onions. We cannot wait. And you had?
I had pad Thai noodles. We both got a level 4 heat. The heat level goes from 1 to 6. And since everyone's level between the restaurant and even your friends, sometimes the heat level can vary.
Mhm.
So we thought we'll be safe. We'll go kind of in the middle with a 4. And it was very good. I got tofu in mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had some vegetables, but it was maybe 2 or 3. They were thinly sliced.
Mm-hmm.
But I also came with a side of carrots, and I usually don't like carrots.
Right.
You also had a side of carrots on yours.
Did.
It's not a side, it was like a decoration as well.
It really was, but the way they did it, it just made it perfect.
It was nice and thin, so carrot is a very strong flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's in big chunks, it can be too much and overbearing, overpowering.
Yes.
So, but I didn't mind adding it in with every fork because it was just the right amount.
It really was.
This is the Pad Thai Noodles. It's got vegan tofu, and it is on a scale of 1 to 6, a level 4 for heat, or a medium heat. And it's got a pretty big proportion. This is my hand for reference. It had a little bit of a kick to it. Being the person who loves spicy food, I would go up to a 6 probably.
Yeah, because it wasn't as much of a kick. It was a good kick, and for the first time, it was perfect.
Yes.
Because, like she said, you never can tell what somebody's level of spiciness is.
Right.
And we didn't want to start out with it being too spicy because then we wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. And the tofu was probably also one of the highlights of both of our dishes because
yes.
even before we were vegan and then during our vegan journey, we've tried tofu before and we've never liked it.
Right.
It's usually too soft. It's just kind of mushy.
Mm-hmm.
So we were asking, how can we get the tofu? Because you can add tofu, or you can do double vegetables if you want a vegan option. They have meats you can add, but since we weren't doing that, it's double vegetables, tofu, or technically, I guess we could have just left it as is.
Right.
But the co-owner was saying, well, I can make it crispy. You can just order crispy. And we're like, you can do that? And we explained how we didn't like tofu before, and she says, you didn't ask them to get crispy? We didn't know. We thought tofu just came the way it does.
Right. And they never offered, but she asked us, do you want it and how you want it cooked? Same thing with the heat. She asked us, what level of heat do you want? And that was so refreshing, seriously.
Yeah.
I love that because I was like, okay, she's paying attention to what we want.
Yeah, because at first I didn't see what dishes were spicy on the menu or not,
Mm-hmm.
but it almost sounds like you could choose which dishes you make spicy or not.
Right.
So it's an optional thing. So like, yeah, we'll get the crispy tofu and just see.
I sure did.
And it was so good. It was crispy and tender on the outside, but soft on the inside. It was like an imitation meat.
It really was, and it was really good.
It was, and it was a lot of tofu too.
That's right.
It was probably the same amount. Well, I say same amount. It's what I would expect if I were getting actual meat.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 3 pieces of tofu. I probably had close to 10 pieces
10
of
plus,
tofu.
because as I kept going through, there was tofu on the bottom, there's tofu top, and in the middle.
Yeah.
And so it was more than 10.
Yeah, but it was
Easily.
just the right amount.
But it was the right amount. You didn't feel like, I got all these noodles or I got all this rice and I don't have no substitute for
meat.
a protein.
Yeah. Or vice versa, you had too much tofu
That's
and not
right.
enough.
Right. But it was the perfect combination.
Yeah, and you had we both had a good portion of our main dishes.
Oh, yes, we did.
It was bigger than our hands.
Mm-hmm.
It was easily
Mm-hmm.
this much, I would say.
Let me put it this way. 2 people could have ate off the plate.
Yeah, because we took ours home.
Sure did.
I ate half of mine. You had 2/3 of yours.
And we still brought food home because we had so much food. So then the next thing we had
was the
tea
leaf salad.
Listen, I know you guys are hungry from all these videos. This is a tea leaves salad, and it has broccoli in it. Normally it doesn't have broccoli, but she put broccoli in her. I can't wait to dig in. And she said it was from Burma.
Yes.
So, it just made me speechless. It was really good, you guys.
It was, and there was added broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
One of the co-owners asked for broccoli to be in there.
And it had, she said, like 5 types of beans in there.
Yeah, when you first hear salad,
mm-hmm.
Or at least like Western culture, when you hear salad, you think it's going to be either some kind of cabbage or some lettuce leaves with some dressing on it. There was no, as far as I could see, any lettuce or cabbage in this.
There was no lettuce or cabbage.
Yeah, it was some beans, some nuts. They were on the menu that we have.
Yeah.
It lists what's in it.
Right.
And it's good. It's crunchy.
Oh, it was so good.
It's got a light dressing.
A very light dressing.
To it. But
and I don't know what it is. And it's really good, you guys.
And there were cherry tomatoes in it,
mm-hmm.
which I usually don't like, but it was good.
It was the right amount.
It was.
I'm telling you, everything was right on point. And that was so good. And I was like, man, I can't stop eating this.
We both shared the salad. That also was a decent amount.
It was a lot. It really was a lot. So, and then the next thing after that though was the hot tea.
Yes, we also ordered the same iced tea from earlier, the Anchan Thai iced tea with lime purple. We ordered it in a hot variant.
Yes.
And that was good. It wasn't as sweet,
Right.
whether because they made it differently for the hot variant or maybe that's just how it is hot.
But it still had the lime, and when you put a lime in there,
it still changes color.
It changes color. It changes color. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good.
It is.
So, and then to top it off,
our dessert was an Anchan ice cream made with coconut milk, topped with peanuts and mango slices. This is the Anchan coconut ice cream with peanuts and mangoes, and it looks so good, y'all. Alright, here we go. That is so good. Just a little bit of coconut, a little bit of the tea. I'm gonna try to get a peanut in here, but it's nice and sweet and soft, and it's vegan. So good.
Five fingers rating. 5. Yeah.
That was very good.
Oh my gosh. And the presentation though, again, you guys.
Yeah, they really went all out.
They went all out, and it had nothing to do with us. This is their style.
It is.
Because you can tell.
Yeah.
There's pictures on the wall in the restaurant, and it was the same thing. But I love the theme.
Yes.
And the colors are very rich.
Yes.
You know, and it's very light. It just looks so healthy.
Yes.
You know, everything looks so healthy. So we were very pleased.
Yeah, the ice cream was great. You know, the ice cream was sweet between the coconut and then the Anchan, excuse me.
Right.
But you also had it with the kind of roasted peanuts. They taste roasted to me, but then also the mango or both in the same spoon. Very good.
That was good.
And it was 2 scoops of ice cream, and that was just enough between the toppings as well.
Right.
So, and there was a lot of options. You look at the menu, and between your fried rice, your noodles, your salads, your soups, your appetizers, your desserts, your beverages, and your curries.
Yes.
There was so much in every category.
And I really feel like whether everybody in the family is vegan or not, there's something there for everybody.
Yes, because a lot of the different categories and the meals within those categories have vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options.
And then you don't have to do any of those because you can just do regular Western culture because of the protein. So they had beef, chicken, and pork.
Yeah, and they had shrimp and mixed seafood.
Yes, so there you go.
If you wanted to be a carnivore, then you could.
That's right, you could, and eat your heart out.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like they had, you know, here are 4 vegan options, or, you know, here's 2 in the soups, and there's 1 in the fried rice and stir fry. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Easily half.
Yeah, and something that I noticed too was when you walk up to the restaurant, on the door it says vegan options.
Yes.
I was like, okay then. That's how you let people know. And it's like, oh my gosh, because you'd be so surprised.
Yeah, it's very hard to find 1, a vegan restaurant, 2, a good vegan restaurant,
right? And
then 3, a vegan restaurant where they have several options.
And the fact that it's Thai, because I had a couple of people comment on my Facebook page, they're like, oh my gosh, this food looks so good, and it's hard to find a very good Thai restaurant.
Right.
And so it's all of that.
Yeah, because usually we're used to finding vegan options that are burgers and chicken, so you want to have a different culture, but that's still vegan. That's even harder to find.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, what happened with the leftovers? Let's tell them about that.
Yes. So I had my pad thai noodles left over, and you had your basil fried rice left over, and we also had some salad left over.
And we had 1 wonton.
Okay. There was 4 on our plate. I ate 2. You had 1.
I had 1 because it was just so much food. And I was like, oh, everything is so good. So we saved that.
So the salad was cold, and we just took it out of the fridge, and it was.
We just demolished it. It was good because it was like the next day.
It was the next day. We didn't wait too long.
It was really good. But that salad is something I could see going and picking up, and it probably would be good for 3 or 4 days because it's that good. And it's just, you know, I think you could put it in a jar and put it in the fridge and keep on going.
Yeah. And then for the pad thai noodles, not just with tofu, but with some other meats, I'm always concerned that putting it in the microwave would maybe soften it, especially if you got some crispy meat. For example, when we make quesadillas.
Yes.
That's very crispy, at least the way we make it, it's crispy. but then you put it in the microwave and it's very soft. It's not that great. So recently, because we have an air fryer of 2 years now, I think, you can put a quesadilla in the air fryer and it'll still be crispy, if not get crispier. So I decided I would put some foil down in we have baskets for air fryers. So I put some foil down, made like a smaller basket on the inside, and I put my entire thing of pad thai in there, noodles, tofu, and all. And I cooked it on air fry for 350 degrees for 6 minutes. I was going to do 10, but I could hear it cooking.
Right.
So 6 minutes and turning halfway the tofu and as much as the noodles as I could was perfect. Okay, so I've just heated up my pad thai noodle dish with vegan tofu, and I put it in the air fryer on air fry for 350 degrees for 6 minutes, and I flipped everything as best I could at the halfway mark. So let's go ahead and try it. The flavor is still there. The noodles still have their kind of chewy texture. And the tofu that I ordered crispy. Yeah, it's still crispy. It's a little softer than the first time I got it, which was yesterday, technically at the time of filming this. It's been in the fridge for overnight, essentially, but it still has a tough exterior with a little bit of crisp and a nice soft inside. So it's still very good reheated. Oh, and for those wondering, I put it in the air fryer because I was concerned that if I had microwaved it, the tofu would be softer. So I know there's some things that you can reheat in the microwave and it'll become soft like quesadilla, but if you do it in the air fryer, it stays crispy. And sometimes it gets crispier, but this is still very good. The tofu was still just as crispy and tender. The noodles got a little crispy, which I personally like. But they still have a nice, like, tender, chewy texture as well. And the flavor was still there as well. So air frying it was good. We didn't try microwaving it. I could see either because the tofu is pretty big, just taking the tofu out and air frying that and then microwaving the pad thai noodles. That could be an option, but I decided, I'll just air fry the entire thing.
And so I did the same thing with the basil Thai fried rice. I put down the foil, same thing. And I put the wonton in there on the opposite end of the rice. And same thing, in the air fryer, 6 minutes for 350 degrees. And it came out perfect. It made the rice crispier. I kind of like that too.
Yeah.
And you'll see the shorts there's a short where my husband and my son tried it.
It's a video.
It's a video.
It's going to be in this video.
Oh, it's going to be in this video.
Yeah.
And they, oh my goodness, they loved it. They're like, can we go? They really liked it. Okay, so I had some of my basil Thai fried rice left over from Anchan Thai. And what I did was I heated it up in the air fryer on 350 degrees for 6 minutes. And this is how it's turning out. So it also has carrots and green beans in it. That turned out really good. It's crispy, which I really liked about that. No, even the rice was crispy for me.
So let me get tofu here. I am not a tofu lover at all. So I got some with the rice. Definitely like that. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
The flavor is so good.
Yeah, the flavor is very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see, the heat of this is 4. It'll go all the way to 6 for spicy level. So I really like
What level was that?
This is 4.
Okay, definitely need 6.
And vegan wonton.
Now, I don't know if you can see that, but that is really filled for a wonton. That is a lot in there. Oh, wow. That's really good.
And the thing about the tofu was, it could be vegan or non-vegan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't even, the wonton, you don't even have to tell people it's vegan. Unless they need to know so that they can eat it, but if you're not vegan, you never know it. That is really good.
Right. Have Cody come down. I'll have him try a little bit.
I'll see where it's at.
Okay. Oh, that's so good though. Mm. Now the hard part is going to be not going back this weekend or the weekend after. Okay. So this is what it is. It's so good. Once again, if you're in Denver, Boulder, Longmont, Loveland, Littleton, you need to drive up to Anchan Thai. Okay, it is in Longmont. It's worth it. And it is very, very tasty. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna try the non-meat stuff first.
Right?
I take it as carrots.
Yes.
Did you like them? Because I know
Yes.
you don't like carrots.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Tofu.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was fake chicken for a minute. Pretty good.
And then that's wonton. Just pick it up with your hand. Mm-hmm.
Tofu.
Yeah.
Tastes exactly like a wonton.
Right. But that's vegan.
Couldn't tell.
I know.
Would not be able to tell. Legitimately.
Mm-hmm. That's really good, huh? That flavor is on it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So would you go eat there?
Yes. I still want to.
I know, right? And I don't know if I would actually put it in the microwave, because the other thing I would do is maybe put it on the skillet on the stove. But that's
I can
just
see
like
that.
putting it in the air fryer.
Yeah, you might have more control over the heat in the skillet.
Right.
Because the thing too is,
Or you could add a little more heat.
yeah, you could add a little more.
Okay.
If you're finding that maybe if you don't like the crispy rice or noodles in the air fryer, you could cook it at a lower temperature for a longer
That's
time.
right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That or for our main thing was the tofu, just because
It
they're big
was.
pieces, just take out the tofu, put it in the air fryer, and heat up the rice in the microwave. Maybe if you don't want crispy rice.
That's right. But it was really good, and so I was very pleased with how the texture stayed the same, the taste,
Mm-hmm.
and the flavor just stayed in there.
Yeah,
That was really good, because sometimes you lose the flavor.
you do. You know, sometimes you get food from restaurants and they're not either as good the next day or not good at all.
Right.
But to say that it was just as good reheated as it was at the restaurant, we just start getting it in bulk and having leftovers.
Okay, really, because I'm like, I wonder if they do DoorDash. Okay, but they're far away, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It's
to drive.
worth it, but it's gonna be it's very worth it to drive. So I can easily see, if I'm on the other end of town with clients, I'll be like, okay, we're done now. All right, let me call my order in, pick it up on the way back home, because I'll be that person.
Yeah.
So,
No, it was just a very good experience.
mhm.
The food was good. The atmosphere was good. They were very attentive and just asking questions.
Oh, they were.
So-
And they're very, very sweet people. But seriously, if you are in, Denver, Longmont, Loveland, Boulder, Greeley, Windsor, all of them, you need to go up there, because it is really that good. And it's a lot of space in that restaurant.
It is.
It's a lot of space. So even if you were going to do like a luncheon for your colleagues,
Right.
you could easily, and you wouldn't even bother people, because it's really, really big.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it. You definitely should go to Anchan Thai, which is in Longmont.
Yes. And if you're visiting Denver, same thing. You still need to go.
That's right. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it.
Yep. So the restaurant as a whole
Mm-hmm.
would probably be a 5 out of 5.
Oh, I'd be like an 8.
I know. It's better than 5.
It's better than a 5. It really is, you guys, because their attentiveness, but you can tell that they really put their heart and soul into preparing the meals.
Yeah.
They really like cooking, but they're very much about the detail of what it is, and then the presentation of it all is the best.
Yeah, and not just making really good food, but good vegan food.
That's right.
They really
That's
cared
right.
about that.
They really did care about that, so that makes it really special for us.
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks you guys for watching. Please, when you go, come back to this video, especially when you're local and you're watching. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you had.
Yes.
Because we want to know, especially if it's something we haven't had. And I know you're going to try that tea. Definitely let us know what you think about this tea. Okay? So be sure to like the video.
Subscribe to the channel.
Leave us your comments, please. And
you can follow us on social medias. They will be in the description, and as well as Anchan Thai's social medias will be in the description as well.
That's right. And hit the notification button so you don't miss anything, especially good restaurants like this. We will see you next time. Bye.